And we're back with the third game of Greyhound vs. Krot in the Bootcamp Elite Tournament Grand Finals. And once again, I'm here with Putin and Little Villain.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
And as you can see, Greyhound is playing his good old CSSR deck that he used to great effect in order to make me salty in the past, quite effectively and very often.
Well, I mean, he also used it to great effect in this very tournament already.
Well, yeah, considering that he got into the finals, he must have. Yeah, it's Putin also uses it to great effect, right? You also like to play it.
Yeah, I also like this deck. It has a very nice availability bonus like that. Gives you some units like the Moderna. You have 4 Modernas. You have 3 Mix 33 mls, and essentially all the planes that should be 2 are now 3 per card.
And as Razzmann may very well know, you also get 3 seeds and a whole lot of MI17.
Yeah, I do. But yeah, it's like Putin said, especially the effect, essentially 50% availability boost to planes, even though the deck has, I assume it has to be 30%. I don't think it's 25. So I think it's 30%. Is incredibly strong, especially with like the MiG-29, which is a very good plane. And the MiG-23ML, which on 2 per card as your only ASF can be lacking, but a 3 per card is a very strong ASF card.
MiG-23ML also having a fastest Wimple, actually, like outstandingly fast. There is a bit inconsistency in the missile speed, so this is a faster than his other counterparts.
Yeah, also faster than like the MiG-29's long-range missiles, so that's actually quite nice to have. On low ECM, but on elite, still quite strong. Yeah, the nice thing as well is you can really get away on the infantry and tank speed, since got 4 per card each instead of 3. It's quite a nice boost to have. Other than that, just it just has some very solid units that you also see in Eastern Bloc, of course, in Anton, right? With the Moderna T-72 M1M, the OSA line, the mortar is very good. They have some solid line infantry, not the best 5-pointer, but it still is 2 armor. Le Caperota I grade, cheap MR17s, Specialis are amazing. The Pram MR35s.
It's like the second the best red 5-pointer, I think, the OT62A, this category.
I mean, it's faster than the SPW 50 or BTR 50, but it has no 50 cal, so it depends on what you prefer.
Yeah, I personally am always for the speed and armor.
And yeah, it's still only has 1-side armor. I mean, it's still a BTR 50, just with I think with a different engine or something. So both BTR 50 and they only have 1-side armor, which is actually quite a big deal. Not as big as, of course, having only 1 front armor instead of 2, but the side armor can definitely be very noticeable, especially playing against something like AMX, Eurocores that have AMX sense everywhere that can side-shot you and then are gonna one-shot you 5-pointers, which is obviously not what you want.
Yeah, interesting. But Greyhound is a very interesting recon tab. Let's take a look at that, because there is only infantry almost.
Yeah,
infantry and Snezhka.
Does use the specialities a lot as actual fighting infantry to great effect.
I mean, they are one of the best recon squads, especially for Redford. Yes. Arguably the best, maybe the second best, depending on how you look at it and if you take brand sports, etc. into account. Obviously, I don't know if that happened to other people, but every now and then when I build an Entente or Eastern Bloc deck, I accidentally take base specialities instead of 90s. Very easy to miss, because they also have the same unit card.
Yeah, it really happens.
But even still, for 25 points, they're still elite squads with a good MG, so they're not going to be all too shabby at all versus infantry. Though personally, I don't like them that much in a Hind, because if you drop some special forces in a Hind behind lines or something, you prefer generally them to be as self-sufficient as possible, and with the RPG-26, they would still be a threat to vehicles. Though I can also understand having them both in ground units and ground transports to have that high AT available, because otherwise he only has pretty low infantry AT weaponry.
But apart from that low AT on the infantry, this is a pretty well-rounded deck, actually. As far as national decks go,
for sure,
this is pretty good.
Definitely, that doesn't have any big holes. The only like a deck, especially the unspec one, doesn't have any holes almost. The only thing I don't like about this deck is the lack of the recon helicopter.
I mean, you have an MI2.
There is an MI2, yes. MI2 is good enough, because just I personally prefer always to have an opener with the helicopter, or just it's nice to oversee
or 5.
every
Actually, it's not much,
or
but it
5
sounds
helicopters
good.
in the opener. Yeah.
Also downwetted MI-17. So 16 of them with the Panzerownicy.
There can never be enough MI-17.
I
The only
agree.
thing that I would love to see in this deck were cubes for cube memes, but alas.
The base cube M's are quite fun to use for sure. How many do you even get? You get 8 upwetted and 5 upwetted cube M's. The base cube M4, sorry. Base cube M's are quite fun to use, but I can certainly understand him not using them. And then there's this little thing.
I mean, even
It's
I would cheer for as many memes as possible in the deck, but this is a tournament deck, so
yeah. Although I remember some people may know in a tournament finals against me, I think it was finals or maybe it was semifinals, he used a Lancia deck and put in the Sonderwagen 3 in the Recon tab and only bought it one time right in the opener against me, just to meme on me because I previously made a meme video about the unit being bad. And then of course he won the set, right? He won the game set, which made it even worse. But yeah, wouldn't be the first time that he used the meme. And I guess it is kind of a meme that he's using CSSR in a tournament, right? Because while it's a sort of deck, it's certainly, I mean, on taunt is clearly better. Even Eastern Block as well is most definitely better, unless you really just want us to cheese with, I don't know, MI-17s, and you definitely want those 3 MiG-29s, but let's be real, Eastern Bloc would still be better, right? There's certainly stronger choices. So it is, in and of itself, kind of a meme.
And the Greyhound, you might guys know, he's from Czech Republic, so he's playing his national deck.
So yeah, let's take a look at Krot's deck. And does it look familiar to you, Putin?
Yes, it looks also very kind of familiar, but I was using a very similar setup, or basically this setup, again, 1.5 years ago, approximately. So I already changed the bits, but yeah, this is a well-rounded deck.
It's a fairly relatively standard Soviet deck, I think. I would say maybe a bit light on infantry, but I think that is sometimes misleading because the Saper and the BTRT are so strong that you don't really need 3 cards of rifle infantry that other decks prefer. So I think it's certainly very solid, but it is expensive still. No cheap-ish infantry. The cheapest are gonna be either VDV 90 or the Beam Modus Reiki, and it's 40 points. So
yeah, in this setup, like there is some options for MIMTV spam with the not really spam because there is only 7 of them with the Razvedka. You can get them cheap, but they're not that plentiful.
I mean, he
right?
also has the Factoria in the MTV. So
oh, I missed that. So then you have enough. 16 is enough. So we have 16 on one side and
just
16
enough.
on the other side. Just enough.
Exactly the same amount of Greyhound.
Yeah.
So we have
I have
level field.
I have to say that
No low end tank though. That's interesting. No T72B, no T80.
Yeah. I also have to say that I'm annoyed at how the tank tab is set up. 170 to 120, back up to 140. That is not something that I like to see at all.
Oh, don't look at the plane tab. Your OCD is going to go crazy.
That's even worse. It is horrible. But yeah, I think nothing. Yeah.
Usually you can get away with this tank setup. I mean, not in the ordering, but in the tank setup that you go only for heavy tanks, because for the light tanks you have the BMPT sort of for the light tank role. So you're going to be supporting your infantry with it. But I personally still prefer to have their like T72A or some very cheap tanks like tank gun is better than autocannon. But here it's still very well rounded. Like I don't see any holes in it, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, really also nothing too out of the ordinary either, I think. BM is maybe not something you see very often.
Yeah.
But really, I think that's, yeah. Alrighty, I think, yeah, let's get into the replay. Which is game 4. Is it game 4? Or did I?
No, it's game 3.
Yeah,
oh, no. No, don't look, guys. Don't look.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. Very professional here. We have Mudfight.
Wow.
Very strong for Soviets, but I think these days Soviets is also just as strong on like maps like Hell, where it's just very close and you just spam BTRTs and VDVs.
I mean, here nobody's nobody's using BMP3.
Yeah.
Krot is not using BMP3s. They both have their ATGM carriers with the Concourse M's. But I think both are sporting the BMP2 OBR 9086.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I wouldn't be surprised to see Krot open with a Jurgen for the road. It is especially on Mudfight, where nearly everyone goes for Delta Town, especially from Greyhound spawn. Nearly everyone goes for this push, so it's very easy to, even if you don't hit anything, at least slow him down. And he even did it against me on Paddy Field, so if he did it on Paddy Field, I would expect him to do it on Mudfight even more so.
But maybe he wants to metagame.
Maybe he also wants to metagame. I think thus far he hasn't opened with the LRM struggle, right? He also hasn't done it on Highway either.
Though.
It is a double UM. And there's the Jurgen.
And the Jurgen.
I mean, maybe he's gonna cancel it, but...
Oh, yeah, he can also cancel double UM, but I can actually see why he do that.
It's actually,
he knows the Greyhound only has Modernas, which are subpars for a super heavy goes.
Yeah, at least certainly on like longer range engagements, which it's more gonna happen on this map, depending on how much smoke is used.
I honestly really like this matchup on this map.
As Soviet or as CSSR?
Both actually have kind of good chances. They have no one is really outmatched here in any regard. Just USR is having edge a bit in artillery because of the Uragan. That's one way it has edge. It also has edge because it has the K52, which might prove very nice for the Krot.
There's the Strop too, though. And while I don't like it, it does have the long range with no radar.
Definitely, but still, like on the Delta, having high-end helicopters can be very helpful. We see it when the lack of the Mi2 might prove crucial a bit. Sometimes might Greyhound miss that option to have. Other than that, we have a Krot with high-end airplay against spammy airplay from
Greyhound. Yeah.
Greyhound. If we will go to the air, and this map is really might be really heavy on air, to be honest.
Oh yeah,
so
especially in 25T can be very, very strong here with so little cover to work with, right? But yeah,
not only planes, but also helicopters. If you think about it, the longest range anti-helay both decks sport is actually 2,800 meters.
Yeah,
with OSAS. So
or Bootcamp once in Krot's case as well.
Yes, but the MTVs or Mi-17s from both sides really have a chance to pay out big.
Mm-hmm.
Very expensive opener. Sorry, go on.
Go on. I mean, my bets are on Krot, like to win this match, but it's gonna be time micro here. But Greyhound isn't a match, isn't outmatched, but my bets are on Krot in here still. I believe in the USSR in this matchup.
If it was matchup dependent, I would too. But Greyhound and CSSR are just they're a combination you don't want to mess with sometimes.
I totally agree here.
So in regards to the openers, Krot, very, very expensive, very high end kind of opener. 2 UMs, 2 Grus as his only ground infantry, 2 AKs, and 2 MTVs, 1 for the flank. And I assume either one just dropping an alpha or just trying to go for a Hail Mary drop into the town. Who knows? And Greyhound, 2 Modernas on his end, 3 Specialnies, 1 AKM. Infantry CV Snezhka, 2 Prams, and then interesting for those Prams. I assume they might go for this area here next to the town and shoot into the side, because I don't think he's gonna bite him to defend against something down there. Yeah, let's get rolling.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Jurgen's aiming. It's gonna be interesting to see what it can do.
The Jurgen, the smoke play here, everything's gonna be crucial. See how much Jurgen.
Albatross. It's actually a very good Helu Hunter, it's just not very survivable.
Did the Greyhound notice? He did.
He does notice.
He does notice. And this is pretty important for Krot, I feel, because
he also split the salvo.
It gets his expensive 2 Gru squads into the town without any risk whatsoever.
Maybe, but there's still the Mi-17 coming. It's just gonna bum rush here.
Yes, and they also split off. Oh, this might. Oh.
Albatross misses one of its small years. Oh, the MI7. No, the MI17 did it stop? I don't know what it was doing, but I think if it had kept going, definitely would have gotten those BTRs. But the smoke.
Still might.
Oh, yeah. Smoke was kind of working against Greyhound here, but I think it's just still good enough.
That MI17 can actually rush the AKs, though.
AKs are only one missile left. That's actually amazing. But the MI17 has 7 HP. There are the Modernas.
Well, the Grus did disembark after all.
It did get into the town. Modernas just keep on moving.
Very risky play by Greyhound. I think
Yeah.
he's a bit disorganized right now. He's trying to get his units back into formations.
Smoke here fading and not protecting against the ADGM. And one Moderna, they were also quite far away, so they weren't supporting each other as much. So he couldn't really engage the UMs at all.
And as well, you see that the Tatra option with Special key, he couldn't like really even try to get them in the front line, so he really has to back them and try to get some action in the forest.
Second Eurogun being bought here.
Second Eurogun. It's a very heavy reliance on MLRS.
Mm-hmm. Nobody so far trying to sneak down anything there.
It is a heavy reliance on LRS, but at the same time, on this map, it is sort of hard to hide your push well.
Yeah.
So defensive MLRS usage is even stronger than it usually is.
For sure. What's this going for? Them Prams?
Well, my only concern about this MLRS is like it really like amplifies your forces on the ground, right? But here might be there is not that enough forces on the ground to to amplify actually.
Yeah. Plus, as we know, he also just likes to use them solely for CV sniping. Though this map isn't really the map where, at least early on, you try to CV snipe a lot. There's not a lot of zones. There are also only 1-pointers. There's some MiG-29s coming. Osas are still out of ammo. If Greyhound can get his air game rolling, he can really ball out of control there.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Putin on that one. The Eurogun could have been purchased much later. Right now, he's giving valuable position in Alpha for free.
It's also standing still and not resupplying.
Yes, and he kind of knew there wasn't going to be a massive push coming anyway, since he knew he damaged those Modernas heavily and they have to pull back and repair. So he could have gained tempo if he delayed the Eurogun push and instead bought some actual ground troops. Oh.
And yeah, it's crucial to say that while he damaged the Modernas, he didn't really kill anything, right? He killed one MS-17 of Greyhound, and that's literally it. Those Monostrike is still alive. The 5-pointer is still alive. Okay, one Monostrike is dead now. Panzerovnitsi is still alive. So out of the opening push, he didn't really kill anything. Granted, Krot also didn't lose anything, but he also invested a lot more points into non-ground units that are currently not at the front line, unlike Greyhound's points, right?
The Eurogun finally being brought to resupply.
There's the Yak to protect against MiG-29. Yams as well as Moderna's back in action, so they're probably gonna face off here again. 23 AP, 21 armor against 23 AP and 21 armor, but the UM's more accurate and a more higher rate of fire. But there are the Prams who get one Conqueror's hit in, I believe. Oh, this could be a side shot here. No, not gonna be a side shot.
Not only higher rate of fire, but also the HGM, so ability to HGM trick.
Bombers and MiG-23 ML. Yak victorious. Also AKs. I think they're still reloading, even though it doesn't.
Seems so.
Yeah, they were just about to finish reloading. Smoke faded off for the Modernas. Eurogun strikes coming in, stunning the Modernas. It's very bad timing for Greyhound. There's a smoke right on top of it. So
the ATMs got heavily damaged. Was there a side shot in there?
No, I think it might have all been the bomber. They only have 3 back and 3 top armor, unlike like 5 back and 4 top. So against HE bombs, they are certainly a lot more vulnerable than like a BU or in this case the Moderna.
True.
So what did Greyhound lose here? Only his MiG-23 ML. The MiG-29 is still alive. The seed plane is also still alive. There's And the Albatross, of course. I think the one in the opener was also never killed. Those AKs not turned off. The one might very... Oh, unlucky. It's really unlucky. I mean, it's on veteran, so... Yeah, and there's...
And the CD coming in.
Oh, is it actually gonna... No, it's not gonna survive, is it? It is not, yeah.
So we see a heavy airplay from both players and to unravel.
Although,
We saw
from
two
Krot's side...
ASFs.
From Krot's side, it's only ASF so far, no
That's
25T or 27M. Is he gonna spot those crew when they fire? No, he's not. It's a MiG-29. I've said it before, when the MiG-29 doesn't get damaged, it's basically ready just after the napalm is gone again and dissolved. So that's something can be useful if you're playing against the MiG-29 like that. As soon as napalm is gone, you know it's gonna be ready again.
That was a good hit as well.
Very good one, yeah. And the napalm here also means it blocks the groove from moving up and stopping those mono strike and getting into the town here. Really, really useful. It's really a great bomber.
And overall, Greyhound is slowly wrapping around that town in Alpha. He's going to resupply that Estrella, and then he'll be able to push past that MI8 MTV.
Unless, of course, the MTVs got unlucky, don't hit, and the MTV just kill them, right?
Which is always the thing with MTVs, yes.
It's just...
But potentially it can be quite good.
Another OSA caving bot. Certainly one of the better AA pieces you can use against airspam. Cheap but still good range. 7 HE, so with a lucky one shot a lucky crit you one shot them.
I think it's one of the best missile AA to use against the air spam roll.
Yeah.
Maybe the Rapier might be better for the price. Because they are very accurate and deadly.
Very good bait from the Eurogun, doing nothing but... I mean, it's panic cells monostrike, but they're only there to like spot and sponge damage, right? And just fill the town. Straight up moving up.
Oh, the Factory is out of ammo.
Oh, Strela. Ah.
Oh, is this cheap Strela? Let's see.
I think there's also a 5.1. Oh, the UM smithing both shots, both 70% accuracy shots on those prams. Congress M, I think, got a hit on earlier as well. Smoke. Cutting off line of sight. Moderners, they're still shaken and panic, so they're not going to hit too much, especially with their 55% base accuracy. Specialny's moving in. 2 ASFs out. Seed still out there. Osos are still turned on, but doesn't have the longest range with the seed missile. Actually, it has 4,500. It doesn't even have.
Specialny's stopping in the middle.
I think they're. He told them to get into the bush. So yeah, they're
risky close with the Modernas.
Was Congress just not hitting? Actually, I'm wondering what the noise value on this 120mm gun is on the pram.
Should be like 2.4. No, 2.2, I think.
Yeah, but maybe because it's an HE gun only, it has a lower noise value or something. Or Eugen is being inconsistent again.
That's called being obsessed with noise values. Not healthy. Not healthy.
Is that a mortar? That is a mortar going for the AK. Oh wow. 2 shots and down to 1 HP. Oh no, it's the Ondava. It's the Ondava. He bought an Ondava. MTV killed.
Oh, that was AA.
Yep, there we go. That's the Strela. It hit once.
I mean, at least it's out of ammo. Silver lining. Silver lining.
Finally see the Lekka Pechota securing the town.
They're gonna be really nice defending it.
Yeah, finally you knew they should be there.
BTRTs are really great against them, but we haven't seen any of them so far. Because with only 12 AP, they did 1 damage to them up
As
front.
you say that, 2 BTRTs being bought.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh yeah, I missed it totally.
It's gonna be Eurogun and BTRT rush.
But that Ondava gonna be quite annoying, just constantly dealing with those AKs, supply trucks. It's not gonna kill the UMs or the BTRTs, but it's gonna, at the very least, really annoy all those supporting units, etc. And Krot is really low on supporting units, right? He has no infantry. He never really bought any new infantry up until now. He only had the 2 crew squads, Factoria, and Razvedka squads, and the VDV at the flank, but nothing else ever since.
Speaking of the flank, I feel like Krot has given up quite a lot of ground near Foxtrot. Usually people take that
This one
rectangular
there,
forest
yeah.
between Charlie and Foxtrot. He hasn't gone for it in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
I'm more honestly concerned about that OBR 9089 purchase, which is I don't know. What do you think, guys? He's trying to achieve with it?
I don't know. I mean, he's already outclassing the Moderna, but the problem with dealing with the Modernas is not that that are not actually the Modernas, but that he has like no other cheap units to like either spawn for the UMs or deal with the other stuff the Greyhound has. But the OBR is not really going to solve anything.
Yeah, it's like a very strange unit to be purchased at this
Tell
point.
me
We
that
have
kills
Moderna.
Big Beard.
No, it wouldn't.
No.
It's only the 780 damage, but it would have been hilarious.
A
if it
man
at
can
least hit.
wish. Man can dream.
Supply drugs being sniped here. But trying to be sniped at least. K52 here. Is it actually gonna spot anything? The Modernas are spotted.
I mean, the OBR just puzzled me because it's not a tank that you would use in the main battle against the Modernas. It's just outmatched by Modernas, and it's not it's very expensive for an auxiliary tank, just to support somewhere, right? It's just a very strange purchase.
And now the BTRT is moving up without the UMs behind.
Yep, the UMs are retreating behind the smoke.
The Conqueror's missing. Has to be careful though. The UMs are moving up again. Oh yeah, the Modernas are retreating. Specialny finish off one of the BTRTs.
Have gotten one shot on each BTRT, so at this point they can actually deal with it.
Conqueror's M still missing. Man, that's a shitty Conqueror's M. Ondava still going for the back here. I assume it's still the same salvo. The Ondava shoots a lot of rounds in this. Oh, that's probably a dead Moderna.
Most likely.
Oh, firing computer reset. I think they still both hit. I think they both hit. Obviously only one needed to, but it looked like both of them hit. MTV finishes off the Specialnies here. Nothing, there's the single AKM that he had since the start.
And the Strela.
I mean, yeah, there's Strela, but Strela. Oh no, there's two AKMs, never mind. But Strela died, of course.
Oh, there's another one.
There's another one. Am I blind? I am blind. There it is. There's two Specialnies sneaking around as well.
So 1 out of 4 Modernas dead. 4 potential Modernas.
K52 killed the AKM there. I don't know what those stutters are. AK's being very low by the Ondava. I think, yeah, it's still shooting with the same salvo it spawned with. Wow, the Strela actually killed a unit for its same price. Barely, probably.
So, overall, even though Krot's push didn't succeed because he ran out of infantry, he still did trade really efficiently.
He did kill Moderna, right? And
he killed Moderna, he killed Specialnies in the town, he killed a lot of Lehka Pechota. Overall, it wasn't bad at all.
Yeah, and if your opponent isn't really, like, I don't know, like Uragan or Smirching or 25T'ing you the whole time, then you can take it slowly on Mudfight, right? If he can't really punish you with the fact that the map is so open. Just simply because there's only one punish in so few zones.
Yeah, realistically, you're only going to apply like a +1 pressure.
Most of the time, yeah. If at all, really.
Yeah.
Yet with only one Moderna left.
This
is actually a crucial moment coming.
This
right?
is incredible, yeah. No infantry left. I mean, little to no infantry left. BTR 9 is probably gonna be uncontested here.
Two Specialnies coming though.
There's some BVPs.
They are going to make
yeah, true. There's an MI-17 behind that he really could use right now as well. Also because there's nothing really that could contest it. There's a K52, but it would have to move up as well.
Greyhound in a very difficult position. He's outmatched now on the field because he has only one Moderna. He cannot do anything. I think this is a crop time to take the situation.
The BTR90 kills are actually crucial because in town fighting the Specialnies will win. Although there's only one left. The other one died.
Yes, one of them got sniped in the transport like a second after.
Before they unloaded.
No, after them.
Oh, they got killed in the open.
No. They disembarked, like the unit car showed up.
Oh, but at the same time, okay, I see.
Still died, yeah.
BVP getting killed. Congress I'm still hit by the looks of it. But
Especially when he's not engaging actually in the town.
yeah, maybe he tried to like bait the UMs up and get a sneaky side shot, but yeah, or I don't know. Another Moderna coming in, that's important.
Second one, Moderna finally running, yeah, but I think the battle is being... The momentum is over to retake the
AKM
situation.
getting ahead on the Yak. 3 BTRTs, so the town is definitely gonna go fall into Krot's hands. You see the Strelatin in it, or the Strela, whatever it is called, in its natural habitat, out of missiles and being hunted down by what it's supposed to hunt itself. Mi-17's firing position, but not actually killing anything. Moderna is nearly falling to the 2-stack of UMs here. Shalny here on the flank, getting hunted by 2 VPs, nearly killing one of them. Might finish
Pretty sure they're gonna get him. Oh,
nope.
Maybe not.
MiG-23BN getting not hit at all by the PD, but also just dying. SU-7 kills the Osa.
Killing 2 Osas in the process.
Also, it killed the other Osa then, and they went for the Osa, not the UMs, I assume, because the other Osa got killed by the SU-7.
Or the Ondawa killed it, because I'm pretty sure
that
Ondawa is firing
course,
in
yeah.
that position as well.
Wouldn't be a proper cast if we didn't miss anything.
And suddenly there is not that many Greyhound infantry on the field.
There's still 2
Infantry
Modernas
by
at least, and there's no AA other than the K-52, so now is the time to really make use of the MS-17s. I mean, the second better time would have been just before or just at the push, like getting those BTR-90s, getting those Petson's crew before they get into the town. That would have been very crucial, because it was a window to use that, in my opinion. But the MS-17s are gonna be incredibly strong if you can use them for the town.
There's a book coming.
There's a book coming.
17s.
There's a MiG-29 coming, Yak 141 as well. MiG-23 is not circling. Book gets a hit. Down to 1 HP.
Well, the Yak... No, Yak is being called out.
Gru can't really get back into town.
Completely in the open.
That is... They're
That
gonna...
is-
Oh, no. He's not close enough to spot them anymore. With those poor optics and the very good stealth. Is he?
Yeah, he's moving the
His fire,
Panzer
his fire positioning.
Fire positioning.
Oh, that's a good fire position as well. No,
Not good enough.
Not good enough.
That's a shame. Although I have to say, Krot's attack
The
looks like it has a lot of momentum.
Specialnies
but
are
he's-
spotting the book. If he kills that book with the second hit on the Ondawa, which is not too
that's gonna
unlikely,
be
it's
a
on
problem.
veteran, right?
Yeah.
Yep, there we go. That's actually huge. Osa AK on 1 HP, Seed coming in, as well as a MiG-23BN, so it's probably gonna die.
Also still on.
Yep, there it is.
And it's dead.
MiG-23 going for the OBR, probably, yeah, because he can't two-shot it, he can't double tap UM.
Oh, and the
Yak
training
also
for the
goes,
Yak.
goes down. And wait,
Right.
what did it kill there? A Hind.
It's a Hind.
Oh! I was gonna say it's not on, then it can't be on full HP, but it's not on full HP because the fob is already empty 20 minutes into the game. Oh my goodness. That's what
Well,
happens
they
when
can
you
use
use...
a
I would
Eurogun.
like to notice that Eurogans are now low HP and he probably won't repair them.
Yeah. I mean, he probably also won't use them a lot anymore because he will
He has
use
like one last salvo.
the Urals
That's probably
as
them.
well. So that's what happens when you use 2 Euroguns basically from the start of the game. Meanwhile, the Ondawa still was firing with its rounds that it came with because it has such a low rate of fire.
As I was saying, Krot looked like he had a lot of momentum in the push, and then he just again pulled back his tanks, got his 3 stack of Superis killed, and now it's actually not looking that grim for Greyhound.
Yeah, but I mean, still
the
though, there's
heals-
still 2 UMs alive, and
Yes, of
Krot
course,
has
but
currently control of the town. Not strong control, but there's also nothing coming at it for now. There's 3 Monostraki coming in.
look at that Strela returning home.
I mean,
You go,
20
little Strela.
20 minutes to go without a fob with 5 tracks left because 4 are already empty, basically. Or how many? 4 tracks left, right? Basically,
How many does
it
he
is
get?
a very little supply. 9 tracks. You can
9
get
trucks.
9.
There's 5 trucks. I don't know if 1 or maybe more already died. I don't know. Maybe he snapped 1 or 2 at some point. But yeah, not a lot of supply left at all. And still half the game to go with Greyhound being ahead in conquest points at the moment.
Yeah, so like strategically, the Krot is in a difficult position because the lack of supplies is bitch.
Especially for Soviets.
Hey,
yes.
hey, this is a PG-13 channel, okay? You can't say
This
that
is
D
a
word.
family show.
Oh, it's family show. I'm sorry. I apologize. Should have taken the kids from the kids away.
My little brother is watching. You can't say that. Anyway, yeah, there's the 2 Modernas. Still 1 left to be called in. Another Strela Specialities. Now there's a push coming in. This is Mudfight really can be quite a war of attrition. Probably, you know, unless there's like a clear winner in the opener, it can really be quite a different grind than from other maps.
At the same time, if there is a clear winner in the opener...
Oh yeah, it can also just
really
be so incredibly one-sided with the openness and, you know, MS-17s and something being used. There's the Eurogans using, I don't know, something like half of their salvo that they still had left.
It's a good salvo, so I'm gonna hit both the Monostroke and Modernas.
Oh, barely hitting the Modernas, though. Modernas are behind the smoke cloud and, okay, with like the last 2 or 3 rockets, got it more or less directly and panicked them. But Greyhound doesn't really know, but in reality, that's still good for Greyhound, right? It's a lot of Eurogun rockets gone. Also T80 UK being blood. And there's not going to be many left for the remainder of the game unless Krot decides to use the supplies for his Euroguns, which he probably prefers not to.
I mean, the Krot will have to really slow down his. They take all the engagements more carefully. Every lead pair of a tank is getting more crucial and crucial every hit.
I think it was really unnecessary to use the Eurogun here also. Like, he has the UMs to defend against the Modernas, he has the helicopters to kill infantry that wants to get into the town. So there really wasn't quite a need to use it.
Even if he did want to use it, he probably could have gotten away with like half a salvo on 1 Eurogun.
I think Greyhound is trying to start to flop now.
Revenge! Sweet revenge.
It's for the KD, clearly.
Yeah.
Oh, he's smoking the supply. Is he? Or is what is he? Or is this preemptive smoke for something else?
It's smoke for supply.
Probably. VP missing the PLRK. ADM.
Firing at the transfer.
Is this the mortar or the Ondava going? To see Ondava going for the also AKs here. Oh, and killing 1.
Oh, getting 1.
We have a second CV actually coming from.
So there's likely gonna be a +2 in a bit, and +1 for sure once the T80 UK. I would assume probably standing still in Delta because okay, there's the plane swim. 2 MiG-29s, ATGM plane MiG-23. Hold up, let me just pause for a second. Sorry, because this is not a plane you see very often, right? 2 28 AP missiles, they're semi-active, a no AP gun, meaning that a full HP UM at the front will definitely survive that. They're gonna survive with 1 HP, and the seat behind, and the ASF behind as well.
And the seed got the missile off on stationary also, so unless he rolled a miss.
Oh, he rolled a miss. But the AK not hitting anyways.
Was it how
it was
did it manage? Side
or and he survives.
Was it the damaged? Either it was damaged or it was. Hold up, let's see. I'm currently thinking if there's. It was a side shot. It was a side shot.
Oh,
yep.
Unlucky.
I mean, or just badly maneuvered.
It might. No, I'm pretty sure it turned because of it was going into the flames from Dandava, which, yes, badly maneuvered, but also very frustrating and hard to deal with.
VP is not hovering low. Otherwise, this MTV is hovering low, so he can try to snipe it with on Dava if he wants to.
And the full frontal assault is commencing.
From this angle as well, which is nice, so the UM can't really shoot at the infantry.
Or is it not a full frontal assault? Not yet. It just looks so many infantry moving.
Oh yeah, I think it looks like he's only like slowly moving with specialities. Because there's no spam infantry. This fob is also empty now, or like virtually empty. There's like 870 supply left. But Greyhound doesn't really need it as much, of course, right? The Ondava is probably gonna still be just fine until the end of the game.
The supply on planes is free.
Plus, that's as well. Plus, Greyhound has a 30-point supply drives, which are more card efficient. Plus, he has a 30% availability bonus, so gets even more supply per card. MiG-23 ML versus Yak, missing the first missile and only hitting a short range one.
How many MiG-23 MLs did Greyhound?
I think this is the last one.
That's probably the last one.
Yeah. Yak gets out at 1 HP
because he might be losing air. you know, and there is still S25T and S27M to be called out.
Mm.
At the same time, it seems like he actually bombed that town into rubble.
And there's still +1, and in the second +2. Does Greyhound? He does not spot the infantry CV. The VP actually taking damage and getting panicked or shaken from the fire. I remember Nandem and I, way back when, trying to use napalm planes as a countermeasure for healer rushes. It was more of a thought process rather than an actual strategy. He tried it, but it didn't work. getting so far out at 1 HP.
I am almost certain that we're going to see the S25T or S27M from Krot, because there is no way at the moment how he can contest those Modernas.
Yeah.
And I think he doesn't have the K50.
I mean, he can still at least slow them down for a while with the Jurgens, panic them. But yeah, he can't really kill them at the moment with what he has.
The Jurgen option is running out because he is out of supply, and
yeah. Town fell into Greyhound's hands. Expected.
Though if he does call out SC25, there are only 2 AKMs that I can see on the field. So he might get.
Don't underestimate that he still has some MiG-29s which have decent short-range missiles. So if Greyhound is feeling ballsy, he can help with that. And of course, if he gets a lucky side shot on the 25T, something like that, Jurgen is aiming, then again, it's always a bit of luck. He only has one 25T right because it's on elites, so
the last salvo.
Full salvo even. Definitely could have done with like half of it if you wanted to be.
I mean this is like 14 rockets or how much?
Yeah.
There was not that much left in it.
Yeah, but I mean still I think
maybe.
What did he just snipe with the
BTR-90?
BTR-90
and Ondalo finally killing the
the VP. Or MTV. VP also killed
that was
I
VP.
think.
That was
VP.
Yeah. Also baiting the seed missile. So the K-52 out of seed missiles never got resupplied, of course. Also has no Iglas left. Greyhound doesn't, unless Greyhound really paid attention, probably doesn't know that, but there's nothing, there's only the one OSA really, and the AK here, but it's only one missile and it's turned off. Potentially a threat to the Mi-17s, and the OSA is spotted, so he could probably, if he wanted to, just run down the OSA with the Mi-17s. And then there's nothing really against the helicopters.
Purchasing a 1 CV, one
T-72, yeah.
To be honest, at this point he can go for 2 command tanks and just...
Yeah, if he has the points.
Okay.
Moderna being very aggressive here. Ooh, just a bit late with the smoke. Osa dies. That Ondava really paying off. Yeah, it's on the lead.
If only you didn't allow us to see kill this.
Yeah, I mean, the only way, unfortunately, to see is if you watch the whole thing from Greyhound's perspective. Greyhound trying to find a CV with his specialties.
He's probably going to be successful.
I mean, eventually, it's not the most obvious position.
Yeah.
So it's going to take him quite a while.
But once he does spot them, he can pretty much just fly an MS-17.
Yeah, but I assume that, if I had to guess, he's probably eventually going to find him with MS-17s. I mean, he has so many MS-17s at the moment, eventually he'll just try to assault this. OBR got hit once, I believe, or maybe this was still damage from the Modernas.
I would say honestly, like maybe Krot is making a mistake. He is purchasing those OBR 989s, and they are no match for the. They are no anti-tank. They are just holding tank.
Really should have tried to get like a 25T or 27M going much earlier, because he for such a long time he just like the look at I'm sorry, Greyhound. For like the K-52 right now, I think because of the smoke is not spotting it, but the K-52 was still alive for such a long time. I'm very certain that he had line of sight on the Modernas very often. 27M could have definitely been used to a lot of effect here, especially since he also had ASF coverage. So I'm really surprised to not see that here happening. MiG-29 bomber coming in for the UK, I assume. Even if it doesn't kill it, it's gonna, scare it away. Oh, it's getting stunned while the bombs are up. That's actually 1 H. It's gonna die to the flames. Probably die to the flames, yeah.
Very nice. The movement speed saving it, I think.
Yeah, it's actually gonna survive.
The map is very tank based because it's an open field, so tanks are very important here.
Yeah.
But
and the UK is
while
fast.
it's open, right? Finally,
Modernas are
27.
in
While
smoke,
it's
though.
open, it's
Coming for what exactly?
Nothing.
it's making the planes
Show of force.
very important because of the openness.
Ooh, Greyhound is going out with Modernas
Moderna's
again.
pushing out.
Very aggressive. Does he? He must. Yeah, he does spot it. Smoke is fading. Oops, sorry for this. Oh, this zoom thing is fucking up again. Modernas. He tried to split them too late though. Shame on you, Greyhound, for doing that.
One.
There is still one in the reserve.
Oh my god, this fucking zoom thing. Okay, there's a smoke. I was in the worst position. There's a MiG-23 mile. Got hit once. AKM misses. Those MiG-23 miles this game have been doing like nothing.
Oh, and then MiG-29 going down to the yak.
And those AKMs, man, they're also doing jack shit.
Family show, Razzmann. Family
Sorry.
show.
Sorry. Can't do nothing. Oh my god, those Conquerors.
Would've been
Then my
really nice.
Yutka could have side shot.
Zoom out a bit. How many helicopters do you see?
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
The game-winning move.
That's a lot of helicopters.
Helicopters are always down.
There's no
Oh,
smoke.
UK died to RT or something.
Yeah, the UK just, I think it must have died to the Ondava right now.
Nope.
I think the biggest thing here right now is just killing this CV. That's all there. That's the most important thing right now. 27M though, finishing off the Moderna. So actually, I think the next important thing is also killing the UM because the Moderna is not there anymore to keep them in check. Side shot on the OBR. OBR getting killed.
Okay.
Oh wow.
This Yak B stunning the UM.
Greyhound still has one Moderna to call out, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So if he kills this UM, he will be ahead on the super heavy game.
Putin style, pinged by Greyhound. You know, I can't disagree.
I don't know. I don't know what he means. Nice
M35 killing it with the rockets.
Good call by Greyhound, and it's a GG. Gonna be coming soon, I guess.
No, there's still 6 minutes to go.
Still
6 minutes.
I mean, he's still behind in points.
Gaming. But at that point, he can't even see snipe because he has no supplies on the units.
Krot also just has no. I think Krot doesn't have the units like come back in 6 minutes time. He doesn't have anything to snipe CVs.
Ooh, base Osus can actually thin this herd quite a bit. Getting one, getting two.
Super lucky Osus.
I mean, you have to keep in mind that they're big and very big helicopters in the case of the Heinz, so they get a decent accuracy boost.
I think it's a flat boost, so...
Yeah, I think just 5+5
yeah,
is
proportional it is. Like,
Let's drop 2. I think Greyhound himself preparing for potential helicopter cheese on this flank, I assume, with that drop.
I mean, it would be the smart thing to do, because... Oh, and then TV killing both Osus in return.
I mean, to be honest, at this moment, even +1 is enough for Greyhound to win. For the 6 minutes,
I think
plus
you're
1
right,
is enough.
He's buying extra CVs. Playing it very safe.
Yeah. MiG-23 BN going down. K52 coming in. Let's snipe those. Oh, is it gonna damage those Specialis a bit with the Igla? M25 is landed, so the Iglas can't target it anymore.
Amazing.
Ondawa trying to get a CV sub onto Charlie, but not in the right position. OT64 going down to the 27. Also, I can hit it once and hitting twice. There you go.
Twice.
I mean, it's a bit too late. I don't think it's gonna be. Although I guess, I mean, if the K52 spots the tank CVs, AKM going down.
Yeah.
Going down, of course, 27M could snap those, but even then, I don't think it's really too impactful.
There's actually nothing to deal with this K52 here.
Well, there's an AKM that just baited the seed missile.
So it should be fine.
And there's not enough Iglas to kill both of those MS-17s. Which, I mean, they don't have the best guns, but they still have 250 counts, right? Almost landed and got killed by the Conquerors. Greyhound outsmarted, Krot's outsmarting.
Guys, I think we can just start summing it up. So
yeah,
this is over.
Oh, 2 VPs being put up.
I mean, we can still keep it +2, but let's just Razzmann, your thoughts on why do you think Krot lost?
Just he had no supplies. I mean, that is one big thing, and he like these OBR buys, like you saw, like he kept buying OBRs instead of units to support his UMs.
Yep.
He never tried to go for the airplay, which is for one very strong in this map, but two also very strong for USSR.
Even getting the C. At the same time, not even just the buys, but general gameplay, you saw a couple of times UMs reversing behind a smoke cloud while the supposedly supporting units were pushing out in the open. Happened, I think, at least 2 times on a major scale, which meant that he never got the momentum he was looking for with that huge tank force.
I mean, I think in the first half of the game, what really kept him in the game was just a Jurgens just simply stopping Greyhound from pushing into the town. It was less the fact that he killed what was coming into the town or like the units. He was just always stunning them. It was really Jurgens doing most of the work. And after those were empty, after those were gone, there was not all too much stopping Greyhound up until, except for the Moderna snipes, the first one by the UMs and then the 27M. But the 27M also again was just way too late.
Good summary.
All right. Then. Anything else?
He probably could have. Krot probably could have gotten much more cheeky with that KA-52. Actually, it kind of ties into the whole getting planes out earlier.
I don't know what.
But since the Czech deck didn't actually have any really long range anti-helo, he could have tried getting cheeky with it, getting good spots, and then punishing with airplay. Which he never attempted.
I don't know why he actually bought a KA-52 ever. Like, there wasn't really radar AA that he needed to snipe because he so far hasn't really used too many planes that he needed them to kill the radar AA for first. And the other big thing is, of course, the exceptional optics, but for those he never made use of them because, again, he didn't buy a 25T or a 27M.
The most impact that KA-52 actually did was probably as a contingency AA.
Yeah, potentially, or just suppressing radar AA.
Yeah, being AA that can't get sniped by an Ondava, which
So I would just add copying a deck will help you, but it will not carry you the whole way.
Putin just straight up. Yeah, I mean, yes, it's. Right then, nothing else to it, I think.